All right. The title of this video is How I've Driven 10 Years and 32,000 Rides and Still Avoid Burnout. All right. Burnout. That's something that happens to drivers. And I've felt it. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how I avoid it. Now, I want you to look at this image. AI made this. There are a few things about it that are interesting. So it has the title of the video. Notice the name of the taco company, A and Milth Tacos. Doesn't sound very Mexican. And notice that nobody hands you a taco with their hands like that. It's pretty funny if you see how they're handing each other. One's handing the taco to the guy. But that's AI. Plus, I said he's an Uber driver, and they gave him a laptop. So pretty funny. So that's what we're going to talk about. 6 steps to avoid burnout. This is a good one. And stick around to the end. I'm going to share with you the final step, which involves an island in Greece. All that and a whole lot more. All right, let's go. Hey everybody, it's Jay Crater with the Rideshare Guy, having a little Java. Okay, that's good. So, as I look back along my career, I did some things that definitely would led to burnout. Okay, I worked my ass off. I put in long days. I didn't really stop to smell the roses. But this video is not about regrets. It is about really allowing yourself to experience the joys that are in this job and to structure this job so that you can experience those joys. And by experiencing the joys of the job, you're naturally not going to burn out because you're loving what you're doing. So that's the background of this video. Let's get into it. Step 1 is 8 hours. So I used to drive regularly 12 to 14 hours a day. And I still remember this one experience I had where I picked up a woman. It was at like 8 o'clock, so I was just about finished. And I was so tired. I'd been driving since like 4 in the morning. And I think I was going for like a $3,000 a week. And she got in my car, and she was a tourist, and she was just excited, and she just wanted to have a good ride. And she said something. Anyway, I said something like I wasn't going to put up with something. And she said, "Can we just start over? Can you just take me back and I'll get a different driver?" And I said, "Sure." And I was just like, I was such a dick, you know? And that happens when you're tired. So the rule is 8 hours. Don't work more than 8 hours. 8 hours is plenty of work. And make the money you can make in 8 hours, and then you need to get rest, okay? You work more than that, you're more likely to get into an accident. You're not going to make as much per hour because you don't have much room to focus. And you have experiences like that with passengers, which can be a problem for you. Number 2 is seize your freedom, okay? When I'm saying seize your freedom is like, enjoy what you can. Like, pull over and watch the sunrise. Feel the rain on your face when you get out of the car to help someone with their groceries, right? I used to love taking passengers down Lombard Street. So number 2, seize your freedom. Find those fabulous moments. Here's a picture I took seizing the moment here in Bangkok. I'm not obviously driving in Bangkok, but I'm still believing in seizing the moment. And just look at that. It's just amazing some of the things we get to experience in life. And it's kind of a, smell the roses. Smell the roses. Number 3 is treat yourself. So the reason I started with the guy at a taco stand is that's one of my favorite things in life, is pulling over and getting a taco from a taco stand with a cold Diet Coke, and just, the smell of everything and the road and being working, and it's just fantastic. So treat yourself, whether maybe go to Starbucks and get yourself something and just sit down for a few minutes, right? Those little things will add up to making your day great, and not the kind of day that you're going to say, oh my, I don't know if I can do that anymore. Number 4, city full of secrets. Every city has really cool little spots, little restaurants, little gyms, little alleyways things that make it unique. There's this one part of Highway 50 that when you drive over it and you look to the right, there's the American River, and sometimes the light catches it, and it's just one of the most beautiful things you could ever see. But you're only going to see it if you're on Highway 50, heading west, looking to the right, and you know to look to the right at a certain time of day. That's a city secret, right? That's a city secret right there. And of course, I know where all the really cool taco stands are in Sacramento. And so that sense of discovery will help you to avoid burnout. Number 5, stick to your rituals. So I use an app called Todoist, and pretty much all my days are laid out, right? So there's a time I get up, there's a time I meditate, there's a time I do a sauna, there's a time I exercise, there's a time I eat, there's a time I go in and take a walk. I don't need to think about it, right? That's the whole idea behind having these scheduled rituals, is you don't have to think about it. Steve Jobs is famous for wearing blue jeans and a black t-shirt every day, and that was because he didn't want to think about what am I going to wear. He didn't want to use his mental capacity for that. He wanted to use it on creating the iPhone. So whether you use an app like Todoist or you just write your stuff down, have it laid out so you don't need to think about it. And that will avoid burnout because it just takes a lot of stress off your mind, and you can focus on your passengers, your city full of secrets, treating yourself, and slowing down. And number 6, take real time off. So one thing I did do right early in my career was I took a lot of vacations. And I took one particular vacation, and you're seeing that picture right now. And this is called Santorini. This is a city, an island, a Greek island in Greece. And it was one of the most beautiful places in the world. And I took a week off. I went with a really good friend. And she and I had a great time. We were here for a week, and then we went to Mykonos for a week. And it was just fantastic. And taking time off refreshes you, rejuvenates you. You come back to the job just much more alive and invigorated and excited because you're starting to see kind of what the money can do for you besides paying your bills. So take real time off. Okay, so as we wrap up, key takeaways. I guess the key takeaway is to bring fun back into your life. Work every day so every day feels like a gift. And when you do that, you're quite the opposite of burnout. You're exhilarated, right? You're grateful. You're happy. Quitting is the last thing you think about because you're having a good time. So there you go. Excuse me, got a little cough. So burnout isn't about working too much. It's about working with a rhythm, okay? It's about working with a purpose. The structure, right, that I talked about saves you. Variety wakes you up, time brings you back. You don't need to hustle harder, you need to just hustle smarter and break it up with little treats here and there, okay? So that's it, okay? That's how you can avoid burnout and enjoy your life. More joy. God knows there's a lot of stuff to enjoy, right? Okay, I'm Jay Crater with The Rideshare Guy. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, and I hope you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, subscribe. Get videos like virtually every day on rideshare driving. And be safe out there. Go tell someone you love them. I'll see you next time on the road. Bye for now.